That's what they are asking. Now, notice this. The disciples are thinking of a physical kingdom, right? So that when they're asking this, that's what they're thinking. Now, Jesus knows that that's not the kind of kingdom that he is setting up right now. The kind of kingdom that Jesus has set up is a spiritual kingdom, right? So when Jesus died, rose again, and then ascended up to heaven, he, through his sacrifice and his blood, he defeated sin and death, right? He canceled the contract that was made between Adam and Eve for humanity with the devil, okay? And he won that dominion of earth all back over. And now through the blood of Jesus Christ, we also are victorious over sin and death, right? So that is Jesus's kingdom now. That is the age that we are living in, okay? So Jesus knew that. So he answered them truthfully. They were thinking this physical kingdom. Jesus answered them about the spiritual kingdom. So they're not really on the same page here, but Jesus answered truthfully. And here's what he said. All right. Jesus said, but immediately after the tribulation of those days, we're just going to go through this verse by verse like we did last week, only it's not going to take as long because we don't have as much. Okay. But immediately after the tribulation of those days. Okay. So what is those days? So Jesus has just spent 24 verses telling all these bad things that are going to happen before the temple is destroyed in AD 70. Wars and rumors of wars, false Christ, all these terrible things that are going to happen that you've heard of. So immediately after all of those terrible things happen, then he says, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. All right, so what's he talking about? Premillennialists believe that he is talking about an actual physical event, like in the end times, like maybe some sort of nuclear holocaust that is going to actually cause the stars to fall from the sky, okay? So, but Jesus says immediately, okay, and this is still all in the part of the timeline that he is including in things that will happen in the generation of the disciples, okay? So he's not talking about something that's going to happen 2,000 years from now. He's still talking about this, all of this stuff happening around AD 70 when Jerusalem was destroyed. Okay, so what does he mean by this then? All right, so I want to read some examples to you because what this is actually an idiom, okay? This language, the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give its light, the stars will fall. This is like a Hebrew saying, like metaphorical, symbolic language that we see many times in the Old Testament that the Hebrews use to describe a great empire, a great people group that is destroyed, okay, when they fall, that they use this metaphorical language that the sun is darkened and the moon doesn't give its light to stars. Let me show you some examples. Okay, the first one's in Ezekiel, and this is when God is calling down lights in the heavens. I will darken over you and will set darkness on your land, declares the Lord your God. Okay, so Egypt has fallen. And none of those things happened. So it's not talking about a physical thing that is going to happen. This is metaphorical, symbolic language. Here's another example. Isaiah, he is talking about a decreed destruction that is going to come upon Edom, the city of Edom. And he says, and all the heavenly lights will wear away, and the sky will be rolled up like a scroll. All its lights will also wither away as a leaf withers from the vine. Okay, Edom has been destroyed. Did the sky actually roll up like a scroll? No, it did not, because this is just a saying, okay? It is not something talking about something actually physical happening. Okay, one more. Isaiah talking about the judgment on the Babylon, okay? He says, for the stars of heaven and their constellations will not flash their light. The sun will be dark when it rises, and the moon will not shed its light. So you can see that this was just a common way, a symbolic, metaphorical way that the Hebrews would often speak of when a great empire or a great nation fell, okay? And so in this case, Jesus has just been talking about all these bad things that are going to happen so that the disciples will know when Jerusalem is getting ready to be destroyed. And so after all those terrible things happen, then the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give its light, the stars will fall from the sky. He's talking about the destruction of the nation of Israel.